So, we're gonna have a smoke. What I was thinking about was the media machine. The media machine, not Hollywood. We used to say Hollywood. Now we can't say Hollywood because Hollywood is limited. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of magic. The Holly is this and that. There's a lot of... In the old days, there was a lot of fear and anxiety about anything that was moving away from traditional religious thinking. And today we've revived religion. And I think this has partly to do with what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is I met a lot of natives here in Canada because, you know, I wear a cowboy hat and I'm dark. So obviously, who are you going to talk to? Who's going to think about you as one of their own and make a connection? Are native people. And I found out that there used to be a lot of intermarriage in the 16, 17, and 1800s between French and natives. And there's a whole race of Canadians called Métis people. So I said, when did the mixing end? They said actually very recently, because you meet people with blue eyes and brown hair, or even blondes with native features. They look like they're Asians that are blondish, dirty blonde type. You see that a lot. And then what it is that they said after World War II, after westerns and spaghetti westerns and Bonanza and all these things, then there began this kind of glorification of the white race, and mixing ended after that. It's scary because it's true. Let's get to the point. Let's not get to the phenomenon, because if we're scared of the phenomenon, then we'll never be able to get to the core idea underneath why the phenomenon occurred. And I think it occurred because the Hollywood machine, and I called it Hollywood, didn't I? The media machine, they have a science and an art. It used to be called magic. It's not magic. It's science and art. It's the rise of sciences, social sciences, that caused us to learn things in a proper scientific method. So I think when Nazism ended and failed, they brought up the good things of Nazism, which was racial uniqueness, because they also, right away, same with communism. As communism failed in the 90s, you're going to see a great effort to try and monopolize a lot of economic mainstays. Almost like communism. It's called communist capitalism. It's changed again because of international, this global economic reform and all that. But for a while, what I'm trying to say is everything that goes down and gets defeated, also they take the best of it. I think they're doing that with Islam right now. Islam has been defeated in its radical form, and the reason they're bringing out the good things in Islam, even Bibi Netanyahu's talking about correcting the crappy version of Islam. And I think that happens. I think it really happens. What happens is when something gets beaten down in front of defeated in war, then there's a media effort to try and take out the good things from it in its essence, and ruin the things that caused it to make bloodshed and violence. And I think that's all. I think that's why he was saying, like, one of the guys I talked to on a smoke break at a bar the other night, he said, no, we used to mix. My grandmother was purely white. There was less racism before World War II, but after Hitler, obviously, there's going to be more racism. But then the media separated and glamorized blonde hair, blue eyes, and of course we know that all the critics of media and the ideals of beauty and race standard and all that was because of the media machine. But the media machine might have done it to bring out a good thing, but also end the bad things. That it doesn't mean you have to be, you don't have to do genocide on people that are not of that race origin. But it's true, they were mixing. Can you imagine people in Quebec in the 1700s, and there's no racism at all? You have natives who are totally this kind of seen as a pagan, savage, non-Christian race, and you have white people from France coming in with blonde hair, blue eyes, And the history about blondes in France is also another story altogether. And then they're all race mixing, and they're absolutely intermarrying, moving together, fighting together, and becoming a tribe. And I think with Islam, that's what I was trying to say. That's what's happening with Islam. I think right now they're trying to say, how come we have to always, do something wrong? Why are we always the evil dominating race? Maybe we're doing something good. We're trying to bring out a good end to all this, and we want to see Islam succeed as a good religion, a humanist, realistic answer from their writings, and their history is rich. Why should it always be about bloodshed and rape and pillaging?